Okay. Doing good. Doing good. No. What's that? What's up, everyone? We are here in holy matrimony. Now, we're not in holy matrimony, but we are here to talk a little bit about joy. I'm not going to get right into it. I'm going to let people flow in so they can see what's happening here. But where's everybody at? Where's everybody living in this world? Is everybody in high spirits? Is everybody, has everybody drinking their water? Today, we're going to talk about joy. It's this is going to be a very interesting topic. But I do want to ask, where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? The Netherlands. I actually just had a Zoom call with an empath that was in the Netherlands. I don't know if they're pushing my profile in the Netherlands, but I definitely have had a Zoom call with this young lady from the Netherlands. She was great. She was great. I love. I actually had somebody from Ghana yesterday. Actually, he actually has the gift of healing, and I spoke to him. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We are going to talk about joy. I am live streaming here on TikTok and also on YouTube. The video will stay on YouTube, so if you miss this, you can always go back to that and relook at it. But I think I need to do some house cleaning over there and put some thumbnails on my YouTube videos because it's just a bunch of videos up. Nice to see you too. How are you doing this morning? It's time. It's time. It's time. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome to the live. We are here. We are going to talk about joy today. Joy. Don't remain positive, remain you, and then correct what's needed. Don't try to remain positive, remain you, and then you will correct what's needed. If you try to remain positive, you're only going to condemn yourself. That's what people do. Oh, I'm not happy, and they beat themselves up. Don't do that. Hello, Miss Loretta. We are here, and we're going to talk about joy today. So you guys can be sure to be active when I ask you questions. But this is going to be streamed to my YouTube and also to my TikTok. Patience is virtue. Patience is delivered from the angel called virtue. Didn't know that. They say patience is a virtue, and people say that. And this is why people should not be teacher. Not everybody is a teacher. But people get the word patience mixed up with waiting. Patience is not, patience and wait does not mean the same thing. When you are waiting, you are expecting something. But when people say be patient, usually they have the sense of you need to wait. Waiting and patience are not the same thing. Actually, patience in some cases means action. It means for you to take action, to be active. Patience. But we're not talking too much about patience. But patience, it does not mean wait. Waiting is when you are expecting something. When you're patient, it means that you willingly are enduring something. You are calmly enduring your misfortune. That is patience. That is patience. When your legs are burning from squatting or your chest is burning from running and you want to quit, patience. The patience requires for you to keep running or for you to keep squatting. That's patience. When you're growing in any level of your life, patience. When you are trying to acquire clients for your business and it's going slow, patience. You have to develop. When you are, growing pains and you get that lightning in your chest, that requires patience. Calm enduring of misfortune. All right. We're going to wait a little longer, guys, but where's everybody living at? Okay, if you don't know who I am, my name's Kyle. I don't talk like everybody else. I'm not here to argue with you. I have nobody ever on my panels. I'm streaming here on YouTube and on TikTok. I am a spiritual life coach. I've been doing this for quite some time. I break people down. I break processes down. I love words. We have Phoenix, Arizona. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I don't live there now. Delaware. Delaware is cold. I think Delaware is cold. Canada's cold too. You know what's even colder in Canada? Alaska. Indiana. Indiana. Got a lot of cows there, I assume. Nashville, Tennessee. Ashley. What's up, girl? We're going to start here soon, I promise. We're going to start here soon. But I guess we can talk a little more about patience. Because, or no, we're going to talk about like when people teach you things indirectly, right? We've all heard the phrase, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. And they may have said it in like a very playful manner, but you did not interpret that. You did not translate that in a playful manner. You interpreted that, number one, incorrectly. You interpreted that as, we need to wait. I need to just wait. Sit here and do nothing. Well, that's not patience. Now you are in the process of confusion. There are 3 levels of confusion. You didn't know that either. There are 3 levels of confusion. One, the very lowest level, is called a misinformation. You're misinformed. You are ignorant. That is the lowest level of confusion. Very easy to get out of. That level of confusion is extremely easy to get out of. All you have to do, pick up a book, open Google, search, read, gain information, gain the correct information. You can get out of that. Simple, very simple. Now, the next level of confusion is called misunderstanding. It's more complex. It's harder to get out of. Misunderstanding. When you misunderstand something, well, we have to first understand or comprehend what an understanding is. The word understand, it means reason. Your ability to reason. Your reason. What's the reason why you are going to the gym? You're connecting all the dots. Okay? If you're going to the gym to show off your car, just let's say, for example, you're trying to show off your car at the gym, that is confusion. That is called misunderstanding. You are not understanding the process properly. You are connecting bits and pieces of information together and accepting that new process, that new understanding, incorrectly. That's called misunderstanding. It's harder to get out of because you need to not only learn about every individual thing again, but then you need to accept the new process again. Okay, now the highest level of confusion is called apathy. Apathy. So lowest level is misinformation or ignorance, ignorance. The next one is misunderstanding. And the highest level of confusion is apathy. And yes, it is being recorded. It's going to be on my YouTube page. So you can just go over there after this. But thank you for stopping by. Okay. So apathy is the most complex level of confusion. The word apathy, it means a passionless experience. It's when you cannot feel or detect something. And this goes into spirit. This is a spiritual thing at this point. It's so hard to get out of this. Some people will go their entire life apathetic, not being able to detect things. You might think you are a cat and you might act as a cat, but you're a human being. That is that's apathy. That's apathy right there. You might not ever get out of that. Some people think they are a boy when they are actually a girl. That is apathy. You will never get out of that. They believe they are a boy or they are a girl, and they are not. That's apathy. That's the highest level of confusion. So why did I say that? Well, because patience is a virtue. People teach this. People teach this process. Patience it is a virtue, and they don't teach the information behind it. So then it leads to a misunderstanding. Because there's a lot of assumptions here. There's a lot of assumptions, or there's information gaps that your brain has to fill in. At me, when there's an information gap, I do research. But most people, they don't do research. What they do is they make assumptions. Okay, and everybody knows assumptions are not good. Ever. Ever. They are never good. So patience is a virtue. That statement is true, but it's not all the way correct. Patience is a characteristic of the angel called virtue. There are demons, like the demon of greed. There's actually a name for the demon who runs and rules greed. I forgot that name, but there's actually a name. There's a demon that rules over pride. We call that Leviathan. There's Belphegor, the demon that rules over, I think that's lust. Okay? There are angels too. There are angels. God created everything to have two sides. God created everything to have two sides. If there are demons, there are also angels. Virtue is an angel. And this angel is designed to bestow God's grace. When part of God's grace is patience, humility, moderation. But patience is delivered from virtue. From virtue. Patience is not a virtue. Patience is part of God's grace, delivered to you by virtue. Does that make sense, everyone? I'm talking. Does that make sense? Give me an amen if that makes sense. Yeah, I need to drink some water. Yeah. All right. I got a heart. Good. Okay. Very good. People are listening. So, when you experience patience, you know that the angel of virtue is around you, is visiting you, is here with you. Do you know what another part of God's grace is called? Joy. Joy is part of God's grace. Joy is bestowed on you by the angel called virtue. It's true. It's true. Joy is part of God's grace. Joy is what we are going to start talking about now. Besides Ashley, the moderator, does anybody know what joy is? Somebody said joy is sustainable. Does anybody know what joy is? I'm glad you're here on my live. I'm glad you're here. Now, what is joy? Joy itself. Now, people will often say joy is an emotion. Some say success. Some people say feeling happy in your heart, accepting what you received, to feel love of God no matter what. That one is really close. That one is really close. To feel the love of God no matter what. Super close. Now, joy is not an emotion. We can feel joy. We can detect joy. Like you can detect the colors behind me. You can detect my beard. You can detect, that I have skin. You can hear me. All these things you can detect. We can detect joy. We detect joy with our intellect, part of our intellect called intuition. We detect joy with part of our intellect called intuition. What is intellect? I know I keep going down a crazy rabbit hole. Intellect is the summation of your cognitive abilities. Simple. Say it more simple, Kyle. Intellect is what you or how you paint your world. It's your eyes, your ears, your nose, your taste, your touch, okay? And also your spirit. Part of your spirit of intellect is called intuition. The intuition means spiritual perception. The word itself, the word intuition means spiritual perception. So this is how humans detect God or the devil. It's called intuition. Put intuition in the comment section so I know that you received it. Intuition is how humans detect God or the devil. Thank you. Now, intuition is not a conversation. Intuition is not back and forth. It's how you detect. When you look at somebody, that's you are receiving light. Okay? There's demonic intuition, worry, doubt. Then there's a holy intuition. Joy is holy intuition. Joy is holy intuition. We detect intuition or God, a part of God, that part of God that I am going to talk about is called joy, intuition. All right. I need to get a drink. Water is like brain food, man. I swear. So when you are looking in spirit at God, oftentimes you will feel something, you will detect something called joy. Okay? But some people will say joy is happy. You get happy when you're joyous. Well, God is not the author of redundance. Okay? God is not something that you that will repeat something in a different form. Oh, yeah, so you can watch this on YouTube later on because it's going to get saved to my YouTube. So if you just go over there later on, it'll be streamed over there too. So God will never create an apple and an orange and then say they are the exact same thing, that they are equal, that they do the same thing, that they produce the same thing. If God wanted to do that, he would just create more apples. Like you and I, we are not equal. We are not the same in size, extent, or value. We are not the same. We are not identical. Even identical twins are not identical. They have their own perception, their own opinions, their own emotions. They have their own. Nothing is ever the same. Nothing. But that's the beauty of gumbo. That is why gumbo is so good. There's carrots, there's corn, there's all these different things in it. Different is not bad. Different oftentimes is translated as bad. It's your translation that should be examined. So anyway, people will say joy is happy. You're happy. Well, the word happy is it means the definition of it. Okay, when you are trying to understand anything, it's wise of you to look up the definition, because it does not matter if you have a clear glass of liquid. It might be poison or it might be water. It doesn't matter if you know. You need to do research on it. It's your life. What you drink will impact your body. What you hear will impact your body too. What you see will impact your body. What you take in impacts you. All of it impacts you. People don't think things impact you by what you hear, what you see. It all impacts you. Anyway, the word happy, it means luck. It means lucky. Happiness, to be happy, it means luck. It does not mean like good. Happiness, it means luck. To be lucky. But when you are lucky, like what's another process that luck can be attributed to? Like going to the casino, winning bingo, winning the lottery. You got lucky. Elon Musk just gave you $1 million. You got lucky. It's by chance. Yes. When you are lucky, you win. That win, it does not happen consistently. No, it's not karma. It's not karma. No, but when you win, you only win occasionally. That's the process of luck. But when you win, that feels so pleasing. Winning is a pleasing feeling. You want to win the lottery. You want to win or get $1 million by Elon Musk. You want to win bingo. Like you want to win these things. So then when we detect that sensation, oftentimes, what do? We search for that same sensation again. And then we speak the curse of happiness over our life. Happiness is a curse. Why? Why is happiness is a curse? It's because the process of happiness, it comes together. It's not just winning. Most of the process, 99% of the process of happiness is misery. You only win a very small portion of happiness. If you understand what I'm saying, put happiness in the comment section while I get a drink. A small portion of happiness is winning. Most of happiness is actually misery. It's a curse. Happiness is a curse. It is not something you ever need to speak over your life or anybody else's life. It is a curse. Remember, the devil is here to unalive you, to steal, and to destroy. Okay? To unalive, to steal, and destroy. And he creeps in like a thief in the night. He creeps in like a thief in the night, meaning you will not, like, it's not obvious when the devil is here, when demons are here. They don't look like you think so. Like they don't operate like you want. Like it's like things that are just so obvious. If a burglar came in with a ski mask and said, "Here, I'm here to rob you," that's obvious. The devil doesn't do that. Like a thief in the night. So then he will trick you. He will trick you into thinking that you need to be happy. Spread more happiness. You need to be happy. Again, happiness is a curse. But how do you know the word if you don't know the word? Don't assume that you think you know what words mean. Look it up. You have the power of 5,000 libraries in your hand. It's called a cell phone, a tablet, a computer. You can look up libraries in different languages and then get it translated. Did you know back in the day, people used to have to get their body parts chopped off in order to go and access information? All you got to do is pay money to or not, most time not even pay money. They give phones away for free now. Go to Starbucks, jump on their Wi-Fi. So the word joy, it means something. There's actually a definition for this word. You're going to be shocked. It means the source of happiness. Joy is the source of happiness. That's what the word joy literally means. I'm not making this up. I'm not beating around the bush. It means the source of happiness. That's what joy means. Speak joy over your life. You need to speak joy over other people's life instead of happiness. It's going to feel weird because you never done it before. People don't speak joy over their life. People speak curses over their life, like happiness. But it doesn't matter if you think you are doing the right thing. You're still drinking poison. If you don't know what's in the cup and you still drink it, the liquid is gonna do what it's gonna do. How do you speak joy? With your mouth. I speak joy over my life. I hope you have a joyous day. I hope your business experiences joy. You can speak it with your mouth. Use your mouth. If you can't speak it with your mouth, write it down. If you can't write it down, then do something else. Sign language. Dance. But it takes more than a thought. You need to do more than think when you are speaking to God. People think or assume they need to think their prayers. If only I can just think my prayers, because God knows my heart. God knows everything. Of course he knows your heart. But we are here to serve people and please God. It's pleasing to God when we talk to him out loud. You've got to talk to him out loud and talk to him how you talk. Like how I'm talking to you now, I talk to God like this. Your life will be exponentially better if you have a communion with God like you talk. People are going to try to say you're weird. So what? That's your daddy. Who cares what they think? So now that we have the word of joy, the source of happiness, I want to tell you what exactly it is. Okay, we've gone over what intuition is and how we look at joy, but what exactly are we looking at? What exactly are we looking at? And if you're still here, put joy in the comment section. I need to see joy in the comment section if you're still here, because we're about to get to the meat and potatoes right now. Very good. Okay, so joy. So I did not grow up with an earthly dad. My daddy was not there for whatever reason. Okay, and many people experience this, so they can't understand what I'm about to say. But joy is when You are spiritually protected. Like when were 3 years old and you looked up to your daddy, your earthly daddy, whatever his name is, Stephen, Jacob, Kyle, Dan, whatever. And you looked up to him. He was your hero, the strongest person alive, super smart. Anything he said that for you to do, you did. And when you did what he told you to do, something occurred. Something very unique occurred. You could ask him for anything. It's like pouring water on a sugar cube. He just melts. Daddy, can I have this? After you did things that he told you to do, he is more than willing to give you candy. He is more than willing to give you anything at that point. But you have to be in the area called joy. But joy is when God is protecting you. It's when your father is protecting you. That's called joy. Like when you were so protected by your dad as a child, when you are in the midst of God and you know nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong for you. That's joy. Abundance. The protection of the infinite. Is this making sense? Like this truly is joy. This is not a game. Like this is for real. This is a real thing. When you are talking to God and when you are looking, asking God for things, when you are requesting things, God, please provide me $500,000 of profit every month. God, I deserve that. I more than deserve that, God. I've done everything you asked. Life is hard. Please give me $500,000. God will not give you things if you are not obeying him, if you don't trust him. You have to be inside of the area called joy. If you have worry, God's not messing with you. Worry is intuition. Remember, my children die for a lack of knowledge. It don't matter if you know what is in the cup or not, if you must drink it. But first, your decision to drink, learn what's in the cup. When you are worried about anything, worry is intuition. Worry is not an emotion. Intuition and emotions are different. Worry is when you are accepting that the devil's plan of destruction for you will work. That's when you experience a thing called worry. It's when you are spiritually positioned into the area of destruction for your life. And the devil is presenting that image to you and you are accepting it. Once you accept that destruction, you then will experience worry. Worry also always comes with what is called doubt. When God is trying to get you over here, when these angels are trying to get you over here, like, no, that's not going to work for me. I doubt that. That's doubt. Worry is demonic worship. Worry is demonic worship. It's kind of like your earthly daddy providing you, like teaching you to not wear to not wear sandals while you're fixing your car. Don't wear sandals while you are fixing your car. And when you are if your earthly daddy comes outside and you're wearing sandals while fixing your car, you blatantly disobeyed him. And he might ask you, why are you wearing sandals after I told you not to do that? You might say, oh, well, the neighbor, he said it's okay. It's not gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen to me. So your earthly daddy comes back to you, or like not come back to you. Later in the day, you then turn around and ask your earthly daddy for more advice. You ask your earthly daddy for money or for something. If your earthly daddy had integrity, he wouldn't give you anything after you disobeyed him. That's what happens when you are full of worry outside of the area called joy. You are disobeying God. You think the devil's plan will work. You have to be inside of the area called joy in order to request things and also be provided those things. Only in the area called joy will you experience abundance. When you are in the area called joy, you experience something. It's called enjoy. To enjoy yourself. The word enjoy, E-N-J-O-Y. E-N-J-O-Y. It literally means enjoy. To be in the area called joy. Enjoy. That's why the word enjoy is even here. Enjoyment is not fun. Fun means foolish. Clowns have fun. Court jesters have fun. People who have no purpose have fun. When you are joyous, you are now you are now enjoying yourself. And when you are in the area called joy, people can enjoy you. You are now enjoyable. It's crazy how that works. People want to be around you. There's something about you. Nothing can go wrong in your life. It's like, man, everything he does, it just works. Something about that, it just works. It's because you have faith. That's literally how it works. But these pastors will never tell you that. These crystal worshipers, they will never tell you that. These crooked teachers will never tell you that. It is simple. One last thing. When you look at the area called joy, well, the Bible says, weeping may come but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Weeping may come but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Do you think that is poetry? Is that something just nice to hear? That is not poetry. That is a principle that you need to adopt. That weeping may come but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That means you need to watch the sunrise. That's a simple way that you gain joy. When you look at joy, when you are observing joy, when you are spiritually positioned looking at joy, you experience a thing called hope. These pastors, they don't tell you this. They know it. They're evil. These pastors are evil, man. You experience a thing called hope when you are looking at joy. Everybody put hope in the comment section. When you are looking at what the devil is presenting to you, you experience a thing called hopelessness. You are now hopeless. There's no hope for me. You are in what is called despair. The word despair, it means hopeless. When you are in despair, when you are hopeless, you do very strange things. You are now desperate. Despair is the root word for desperate. You are now desperate. When you have no joy, you are desperate. You will be desperate. You do desperate things. You replace things that should never be replaced. Step parents. There's no replacement for your biological parents. There's none. God never told any of us to get step parents or to be step parents. That's not a thing. But it doesn't matter. You know, we humans, we created that process, and it's ruining so. It's weird. It's weird to me, but I get it. Children need examples, but replacements are not efficient. Replacements are never efficient. They are only sufficient. They're just good enough. They're just good enough, but good enough is not efficient. And this also invites some confusion in. When you replace things that are not efficient with just sufficient, you think, oh, it's working. This works. For example, your step parent can never lead you to your purpose. A step parent can never lead you to your purpose. It's true. Oh, thank you for that. That gift. That was pretty nice. So, like, I'm being serious. Your step parent might be able to lead you to like you might be able like make $250,000 a year, but you'll be miserable. It's not your purpose. They might love you. They might care for you. They have no earthly idea what your bloodline is supposed to be. What direction your bloodline is. People replace people do desperate things when they have no joy. They replace things that are effective with things that are only good enough. And you accept it because they work. Or they appear that they work. They appear equal, but in reality, they are only similar. For example, fake fruit, like seedless watermelons. These seedless watermelons will, they are not good for you. They are not good for you. They're good enough. They do work. Your belly might get full and they taste exactly like a watermelon, but they are not good for you. People's brains are deteriorating because of that stuff. Don't worry, science was wrong once before. They once said that cow's milk is good for us. So, when you lack joy, when you are not in the area of joy, you will most certainly become desperate. It's true. But anyway, I think that's about a wrap for this live stream. Thank you everyone for being here on TikTok and on YouTube. It is such a pleasure to experience everyone. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I may have said today? And thank you everyone for the gifts. And thank you April over here on TikTok. It's nothing but love. Love is the only way. That's my motto. Love is the only way. And if you are interested, as you know, I am a life coach. I've been doing this for several years. I've been developing empaths, healers, evangelists, teachers, and people who are trying to find their purpose in life. I've been coaching people for many different things. If you are interested in the possibility of coaching, schedule a Zoom call with me, a one-on-one Zoom call directly with me. Send me a DM or send me an email. Everything is linked in my bio. Send me a DM or an email, and I will send you a link to my calendar, and you can schedule it. But I don't want you to squander your free call with me. There has been people who have scheduled their call and said at the very last minute they are working, or they have something that came up. You need to check your calendar before you schedule with me, because you're only getting one free. There's no excuses here. I'm not giving you grace here. So consider that. And if you are interested in like something that costs less money, I am developing an online course. This first course I'm developing is for overwhelmed empaths, and this course is for empaths, specifically empaths, and it deals with helping them navigate their the experience of overwhelm, why they are overwhelmed. Okay. That will be coming out very soon. If you don't want to spend that much money, that's fine. You can download my ebooks. I have an ebook called A Peace Called Love. A Peace Called Love is a foundational book that redirects you spiritually into the area of, what you should be looking at, how you should be addressing life, your spiritual gifts, your spiritual warfare, spirituality, love, leadership, parenting. It's a very foundational book, but it really gets you thinking about real life things. It's called A Peace Called Love. Then I have another book for the empath. It's called The Eye of the Empath. Well, A Peace Called Love is actually a book for all people. But the book for empaths is called The Eye of the Empath. And it directly addresses what the empath deals with as when they experience their overwhelm. It just tells you what is this overwhelm and how to quickly deal with it. You can download that. If you don't want to spend that much money, I have breathing exercises, templates that you can download, $2.50. They are also here in this bio. If you get overwhelmed, if you are riddled with anxiety, consider downloading those those breathing exercise guides. One is for chakras, for each of your chakra centers. And the other one is it's an introduction for breath work. And it also gives you a breathing exercise. If you don't want to spend that much money, you can always support the live stream, or you can always support me here through my social media. Okay? If you don't want to spend any money at all, I have free downloads for you. You can download stuff for free, and you can access all of that here in my bio. Okay? If you don't want to download anything, that's fine. Stick around here on my YouTube and my TikTok. There's plenty of free content you can browse and peruse through and comment and all that good stuff. Okay? Now, I will stick around for some questions if anybody may have them. Okay, doesn't seem like there's any questions. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by and receiving the lesson. Remember, teachers inspire, educators educate.